Okie dokie boys and girls, it is day 331 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only, and today we have a push day. Now, I want to address a comment that I've been getting a lot lately, which is, why the fuck are you doing so much volume? For me, lately my workouts consist of two parts, which is the planche, right, skill work, and then to train my chest basically, I do just loads of push-ups, and they aren't the best form either, but they've been working very well. And I get this comment all the time, like, why are you doing so much volume? You don't need that much volume. Just do 3 sets to your max, that's enough. And well, if you're interested in that question, I'll address it during the second part of this training, you know, my push-up workout, so you can use the chapters and skip to it if you want. But first of all, we have a planche workout coming up. And for the planche workout today, I'm gonna focus on the supinated planche. And actually, you know, I've started working today on the 1 year transformation video for the bulk. And I noticed in the beginning, right, in the first month, like I'm doing planche as well, right? I do planche for 9 years already, and my shoulders are way smaller, my arms are way smaller. Why is that? Because, well, it doesn't matter what exercise you do, if you train hard and you eat enough, you're gonna build muscle. People often ask me as well, like, do you think skills build muscle? And I'm like, hell yeah, they do. You know, of course they do. The reason you see a lot of skinny guys doing calisthenics and skills is because they want to stay skinny. Because if you're skinny and you don't weigh a lot, of course the skills are going to be easier, but that doesn't mean that if you were to eat more in a surplus, that you wouldn't build muscle. Your body doesn't know the difference between, you know, lifting a dumbbell or doing a pull-up or doing a planche, right? If it's putting emphasis on a certain muscle, in the case of the planche, if it's destroying your shoulder time and time and time again, right, and then rebuilding it, your shoulders will get bigger, your arms will get bigger. So, you know, I've seen, you know, I'm comparing month number 1 to right now as I'm editing it, and it's very fun to see, you know, that the planche has been working, because all you have to do is to train hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty, just like Master Roshi from Dragon Ball says. But anyway, let's get started on the planche workout. Basically, to train hard, what that means is to just go a little bit harder than last time, to challenge yourself to do new things. That's what I'm going to do as well today, because I've been training the supinated planche, which will target your biceps as well. And last time I did a hold, like 7 seconds. Today, I want to see if I can get like a good full planche push-up. 1 rep, you know. I can do straddle planche, but today we're going to see if I can do a full planche, supinated planche push-up. That would be like, I think, the strongest I've ever been. So let's give it a go. I already did 1 warm-up set in the tuck planche. Now I'm just gonna see how straddle planche feels like. Alright. It's not feeling bad, but I need some music. I need to get in the zone. And then the next set is gonna be straddle planche push-up. Alright. Fuck yes! Fucking hell! Alright. The full planche push-ups use a lot of power, but basically I'm just trying to do a couple sets here of attempts. So I did 2 sets right now. I'm gonna try and do 1 more attempt, and you know, I'm just gonna keep it at 1 push-up, of course. Not only because it's so difficult, but also because I'm just learning this movement. And when you're learning a new movement, you kind of want to give your body the opportunity to try it many times. So if I go all out on 1 set, like perhaps on the previous one, I could have gone for 2 reps, right? Even though they wouldn't be good form. But then I would spend more energy and I wouldn't be able to do even a 2nd set like I just did right now. So I'm saving my energy a bit on these sets so that I can go for multiple ones and have more opportunities to learn, to have more opportunities to have my body adapt to the movement. So 1 more set of this, and then we can move on to still supinated planche, but maybe straddle planche, probably straddle planche. Yeah, let's go. Holy shit. I feel weak today. Whew. Alright, moving on to some normal planche presses. Aiming for 3 sets of 3, or at least that was the goal. I don't know how that's gonna go because, like I mentioned, I feel fucking weak for some reason. Like my juice has been sapped out from doing the full planche push-up in supinated planche for some reason, right? Or that's what it looks like, but you know, ain't nothing to it but to do it. That's the situation we're in, so I'm just gonna do 2 more sets of full planche presses, and whether I get 3 presses or not, I don't know, but at least I can try, so let's go. Fuck. Oh fuck. Whew. Alright. I guess 8 is the total for today. That's 1 more than last time, so I'm not complaining. Okay, so that's it for the planche workout. Quite happy with how that went for the way I was feeling at the end, but you know, still got 3 sets done of presses, got some attempts in on the supinated full planche push-up, so nothing to complain, right? I think those are little PRs as well. But anyway, let's move on to push-ups, and the push-ups seem to be a sensitive topic on the channel lately because of the way that I'm doing them. You know, I don't have the best form, I'll say that myself. And also I've been doing a lot of volume, right? And, you know, it seems to be a sensitive topic in the sense that, you know, on one hand, you have the people saying that body weight will never build you muscle. And then on the other hand, you also have the people saying that I'm doing way too much volume, and to build muscle, you only need to do 3 sets to your max with clean push-ups. Now, I feel like there's a small overlap in those 2 groups of people, you know? You have like the diagram where the 2 circles merge into each other. I feel like there's quite a big group of people in the middle who will say both, you know, body weight doesn't work and you only need 3 sets to the max to build muscle, right? And to those people, I say, and I also say to myself, like, I think you're worrying a bit too much about how you do efficient training and like theoretic stuff compared to just trying to go as hard as possible, you know? No, I don't have to do hundreds and hundreds or even thousands of push-ups, you know? I don't have to do that. I can build muscle probably doing less as well, but you know, you can make your training as scientific and efficient as you want it. If it's not hard, it's not gonna work. So before you worry about efficiency and worry about, you know, maximizing every little detail, like maximize your capacity to train hard first, you know? Don't worry about what you have to do. Like, just love your training and worry about what you can do, you know? Like, I wonder if I'm gonna be able to do a planche one day. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to do 1,000 push-ups one day. Like, those are exciting goals. Train for them as hard as possible, and as long as you recover, you're gonna you're gonna get stronger. If you eat enough, you're gonna build muscle. If you don't eat enough, if you're cutting, you're gonna get shredded. It's all about performance. So for me, no, I don't have to do 1,000 push-ups, but I fucking love it, It's fun to me. And the reason that I've been making chest gains lately is not because I'm worried about how I should train. It's just because, I got this new goal, the push-ups, and I train for it as hard as possible. And yes, I make mistakes. Yes, my form is not good in any sense, but, as I go along, I will, learn small things. I will pick up new tips and tricks, and I will apply them. And eventually, I'll get better at the push-ups. The form will be better, and I'll be doing perhaps even more reps, or perhaps I'll go to more efficient training that aligns with my goals. But, first worry about what you can do, what you want to achieve, and then worry about how you can make it efficient. Like, if you have people saying that bodyweight doesn't work, but the same people are worrying about how they can, do the least amount possible to make gains. Like, you get the point, right? If you don't worry about how efficient you make your workout, but rather how hard you can make it, you're gonna make gains no matter what. That's what I want to say. So today I'm gonna do push-ups again. Last time I set the bare minimum to 500 reps. Today it's gonna be the same, at least 500 reps, but I want to start here with the Japanese style push-ups, decline, wide grip on the P-bar, deep push-ups. And speaking of gains with bodyweight, if you've seen the Japanese guy, you will know that it's possible. Like, I'll put the video again down in the description for the people who haven't seen it yet. But basically, there's this Japanese guy who did 5 years of push-ups, and he's now doing like 10 sets of 100 reps, like quite difficult push-ups, with like a minute of rest in between. It takes him like 30 minutes. And basically, he has one of the most impressive chests I've ever seen. Not calisthenics wise, not just like gym goer wise, but like bodybuilding wise. He has one of the best chests like ever that I've seen. Like, if you go to the video, just skip to the part where he's doing push-ups, and then right after the push-ups he's doing like a pump check. It's fucking insane. So that's what I'm gonna be doing as well. Today I'll be aiming for sets of 50, and basically I'm gonna do one set every 3 minutes. The remainder time is gonna be rest, and I wanna see how many sets I can do in total. So let's go. Alright, first set of 50 reps done. As you can see, I'm going down with my chest to this little weight I have here as a reference for how deep I'm going. Yes, I am bending my hips, I guess. I'm moving them forward. That's because I'm kind of opening up my chest and making an arch like you would on the bench press to really have the push-ups target my chest. Because when I'm done with these push-ups, I don't care if actually, I do care. I don't want my shoulders to be tired. I don't want my triceps to be tired. I want my chest to be at its absolute limit, while the other muscles still have a lot of room for, basically have a lot of leeway left. I don't want those to be tired because I target those muscles on other trainings. Shoulders on the planche, triceps on the front lever. I only want my chest to get tired on these push-ups. So 1.5 minutes left. Let's see how the remaining sets goes. What the fuck is this pump? Holy shit. 4 sets done, infinity more to go. We're just gonna go to the max, boys.
Fucking hell. 33. Fucking hell. 33 reps. Let's finish this set and then move on to something else. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, so the timer is running. One set every 3 minutes. I might as well continue. I'm gonna continue doing normal push-ups here on the floor. Maybe sets of 50, I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but at least I can try. Okay, so that's it for today's training, and well, that's a sick fucking pump, you know, that's the same 500 reps as I did last time, but the way I did them was way harder, you know, depending on the way you do your workout. For example, I could do 50 sets of 10 reps and get to 500 reps, and it would be quite easy. Last time, you know, I kind of did shorter sets, but today I did 10 sets of 50, and even though the volume is the same, the difficulty is way higher. So when people are telling me like bodyweight is too easy, especially now that I've started like endurance calisthenics with the push-ups, I don't get what they're saying. Bodyweight training is too easy? Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, if bodyweight training is too easy, it's not the fault of bodyweight training. It's your fault for going easy on yourself. Yes, of course you can make training harder by adding weight, but you're ignoring the other options of adding volume, reducing rest time, doing longer sets, so on and so forth, you know, changing variations. There are so many ways to basically make bodyweight training harder. And, you know, there are people saying that you can't build any muscle with bodyweight training. And then you tell them, well, you can actually build muscle, you know, just do an extremely high amount of volume, go for hundreds of reps, go for thousands of reps. And then they're like, well, but I don't want to do that much volume because it's not efficient, right? You just admitted to basically being a fucking pussy, okay? Right? First, you said it was impossible to train or to build muscle with bodyweight, and then you get told how to do it, and then you just say, well, I don't want to do it because it's too hard. That's basically the summary, right? But you can absolutely build muscle with bodyweight. Bodyweight training is not too easy because you can just make any training, whether it's bodyweight or not, as hard as you want yourself. You just have to be a bit creative and willing to push yourself. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing my hundreds of reps. I'm gonna keep enjoying that. And well, regarding the form, you know, today's form, it was bad, right? When it comes to form, right, I started doing the push-ups 3 months ago now, and I've been trying, like, I'm in this constant battle of trying to get better form and trying to get more reps. And sometimes the form wins, sometimes the reps win. But every time I win, okay? Every time I do a training, I get stronger, and either, the form is a little bit better or the reps get better and the form goes back down a little bit. But in the end, I'm making an upward trend and I'm making gains. I've been doing push-ups for 3 months right now, Nothing else but bodyweight push-ups. Perhaps one set here and there of like 10 kilos of added weight, but not much. Fucking bodyweight push-ups, and I'll post like a fucking picture to the side or something 3 months ago, right? Yes, I'm pumped right now, so the difference is gonna be even bigger, but my chest was like, it was fucking flat, There was nothing. And now, 3 months later, it's not insane, right? It's not like it's become my strong point, but it's way better, right? I've made so much progress. And there are so many people telling me, like, your form is bad and you don't have to do that much volume. I get it, you're trying to help, thank you, but at the same time, you don't have to start out being perfect. No one is perfect. So for me, I'm just trying to get as strong as possible at the push-ups, and I'm making mistakes along the way. But even my training, even though my training is not perfect, it's working. So it's way more important to just get started than to have all of the information ready and trying to do things perfect and overthinking, because you're never gonna have all of the information, and then you're never gonna get started. So for me, I've made great gains in 3 months, not knowing how to train properly, basically, just by going hard. And as I go along, I'll sometimes have more reps, but sometimes I'll have better form, and eventually, the form is gonna be good all the time. And imagine how many gains I'm gonna get then, how many gains I'm gonna get when my form is consistently good. That will be insane. So I'm just gonna do my fucking training. I'm just gonna continue doing it, right? Because consistency is the number one factor. Efficiency is not the number one factor. So just stay consistent, try to improve a little bit every time, try to be as strong as possible, aim for your reps, aim to unlock a new skill, whatever the fuck, try and get strong, eat well, and then basically, you're gonna see the results in your physique. So that's quite the yap at the end of the training, but yeah, that's it for today's training. I'll see you tomorrow for a pull day.